start. It's 12:00. But first, just to give you an overview of Argentina, we are between the 22nd and 55th parallel. The reason we put that in there is because the wine producing region is traditionally between the 30th and the 50th. So basically, Argentina offers a diverse ecosystem. We have summits that coexist with the plains. We do plant, though, however, in the arid climates, not in the glaciers of Patagonia. So when we take a look at Argentina overall, what makes us unique? And we have different aspects that makes us unique. We have terroirs, which is our extension and diversity of land. The soils are extremely low in fertility, which basically we need the vines to thrive. So we'll show you how they thrive in Argentina. Today, basically, they're increasingly focusing on terroir in Argentina. They're using traditional methods of winemaking with new innovative techniques. When we get into the crux of the wines that we're tasting today, we're talking region, subregion, subregion, subregion. So it does get a little bit complicated, but interesting at the same time. We are the 5th largest wine producer in the world, just after the US, the 7th largest cultivated surface, and the 10th largest wine exporter. As far as consumption, we do like to drink a lot, even though we're the 9th largest overall in wine consumption. The US has us beat, but city-wise, Buenos Aires is number 2, only to Paris in wine consumption. So Argentina, again, I said we're not monolithic. We're not just Mendoza. We actually have 4 different wine producing regions. The north, this only represents about 3% of the production, but the predominant wines coming out of there are reds. Why? We're going to talk about altitude a little bit here. And altitude, we have the Andes Mountains that basically works as a rain shadow or protective barrier. So anything that's coming from the Pacific, it's blocked off by the Andes range. So when they're getting rain, we don't. And this is the most prolific wine region in Argentina. 95% of our wines come from here. And it's divided into 3 regions: La Rioja, San Juan, and Mendoza. So Mendoza, it's within the region of Cuyo. And again, this is within the region. This is the highest one that produces the most volume of wine. About 75% of the production of Argentinian wine is made in Mendoza. So again, just a review of why Argentina is so diverse. Today, we do have wines from Patagonia. Patagonia is in the south. They've been making wine for about 100 years in the region of Rio Negro. That's just some general information to keep in mind before you taste the wines and why we're so diverse. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start. So Lupa, what we have here, and I'm very excited, this is from the region of Paraje de Altamira. Paraje de Altamira, again, was part of what we call La Consulta in San Carlos, within the region of Valle de Uco, within Mendoza. So if you guys want to open up your cameras, because I'm not going to tell you what you're tasting, I'm just going to taste it. And everyone shut off their camera. Yeah, put them back on. If you don't serve it at the proper temperature, they're not going to enjoy the wine. But I think my Chardonnay is a little bit warmer than it should be. This wine was aged in concrete eggs and tanks. So again, this one, Paraje de Altamira, this one is about 21 months in French oak. And again, it's funny because this one for 25% barrel, you have a lot of, on the nose, a lot of cedar notes. Very interesting lineup from the winery that they're presenting for the US market. Now, the next wine I'm not going to talk about, but I'm going to be tasting is from Bodega San Huberto, which is in the region of La Rioja, which is the region that I mentioned was over 4,000 feet in altitude. So you can imagine the solar expression, the UV rays, the cooler climate.
Well, I don't know if you are familiar with the Torrontés. The Torrontés is although some people think otherwise, it's a very dry white wine. This is a Malbec from the region. So when you pour on the glass, you will see a strong color. So it's a more refined wine. Even though it's a Malbec from La Rioja, but on Mina Gold we put a little better wine.
And well, this wine line particularly, it was designed as a statement that wine doesn't need oak to be great.
And more winds. A lot more winds too, right? And the color is I mean, there's a lot of westerly winds that are coming from Patagonia. So
the name of the wines and the project is Vide Gourmet, which, as you said, means Mira mi corazón, look at my heart. And also the label, if you turn the label, here I have an example where you see, if you turn the label, you can see the image reflects our history. It reflects the legacy of my family, immigrants, winemakers from Italy. And well, Samsung Big Run is a 100% Cabernet Franc. This is our unique wine from the portfolio. I think this is my favorite wine.
I know I'm going to put in the chat if you need resources as far as educational resources at Wines of Argentina. We, try to promote the category, so we're apolitical, unbiased.
I wanted to say that from next week, we will start to make the follow-up with all of you.
So thank you, everyone.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.